Welcome to our captivating exploration of ancient Egypt, a civilization shrouded in mystery and intrigue. Today, we'll unravel 9 fascinating theories that challenge conventional views. These theories suggest connections between ancient Egyptians and extraterrestrial influences as well as other assumptions. These 9 hypotheses also encompass other non-conventional theories. Along the way, we'll highlight notable authors and their works, providing a balanced perspective on these ideas. The 9 non-conventional theories in Egyptology versus mainstream academia include the Atlantis theory, ancient alien theories, advanced ancient technology claims, pyramid power and mystical properties, pyramids alignment with the stars, Orion correlation theory, energy generation, power plant theory, conspiracy theories about academic suppression, problematic racial and cultural implications, the Afrocentric influence, the lost civilization and its implications. As usual, ancient Egyptian characters will guide you and explain these theories. I hope you like the contents of this series. If so, kindly press the like, share and subscribe buttons. I'm Farag Sharabasi and welcome to my channel Ancient Egypt Resurrected. Thank you for watching.
We Emhotep Neferem Kemet. Welcome in great peace to Egypt. I'm AMENOPE. From my place in the eternal afterlife, I can see the past, the present, and the future. I have crossed the time barrier to tell you all about our ancient Egyptian society. It was I who divided it into social classes and described each of them. And I put a system for knowledge organization. This idea began in the Middle Kingdom. They consider me wise, but I was doing my duty to my country, Egypt. I know, you are asking important questions such as, who are those ancient Egyptians who really created this great civilization? How could Egypt be the cradle of all civilizations? You also wonder, what do we look like? How do we live, love, and work? How do we organize our society? Are we tall, short, big, or small people? What about our leisure time? What about our fear and sorrow? Happiness and entertainment? I answered these questions in the papyrus which I wrote and which you call the onomasticon. I classified our society in this papyrus in a way that you can understand. It dates back to the late 20th to 22nd dynasty, circa 1088 to 716 before your common era. It explains our Egyptian life, the pharaonic administration and court, the priesthood, the history of the sea peoples, the geography and political organization of the late New Kingdom, and the Third Intermediate Period and many other things. It is a compilation belonging to a tradition that began in the Middle Kingdom, which I developed in my own way. Alas, many things of our heritage had been lost. I have crossed the time barrier to talk about the Atlantis theory, as I can see the debates and arguments, which you call the non-conventional theories in Egyptology versus mainstream academia. As an ancient Egyptian sage with deep knowledge of our country, I will tackle both views. The Atlantis theory suggests that ancient Egypt was part of a larger, advanced civilization that has since disappeared. Proponents such as Graham Hancock in Fingerprints of the Gods argue that Egypt's technological and architectural achievements indicate knowledge inherited from this lost society. They propose that the pyramids and temples are remnants of a sophisticated culture predating recorded history. Conversely, conventional historians and archaeologists refute the existence of Atlantis, citing a lack of concrete evidence. Scholars like Mark Lehner emphasize that ancient Egypt's achievements stemmed from the ingenuity of its people, developed independently through their own innovations. Among his great publications is The Complete Pyramids, Solving the Ancient Mysteries. Plato's writings in Timaeus and Critias describe Atlantis as a powerful civilization that existed around 9,000 years before his time, located beyond the Strait of Gibraltar. However, many scholars view these accounts as allegorical, intended to convey philosophical ideas rather than historical fact. The term Atlantis, the antediluvian world, refers to the legendary civilization associated with a time before a great flood. Atlantis symbolizes lost knowledge and advanced technology, while the term antediluvian denotes the period before the biblical flood, often seen as a time of great wisdom and moral decline. The exact location of Atlantis remains a mystery, with various theories proposing locations in the Mediterranean, the Atlantic Ocean, or even Antarctica. While no definitive location has been established, the legend of Atlantis continues to captivate scholars and enthusiasts, representing a longing to understand ancient civilizations and the potential for lost knowledge in human history. Some interpretations suggest that Atlantis may serve as a symbolic lesson about the dangers of pride and the collapse of powerful civilizations, rather than a literal place. Edgar Cayce, known as the Sleeping Prophet, was an American psychic who claimed that Atlantis was a real civilization that existed around 10,000 years ago. He described Atlantis as an advanced society with significant technological achievements that ultimately fell due to environmental disasters, particularly earthquakes and flooding. Among his famous writings are Edgar Cayce on Atlantis and Cayce on Egypt. Key aspects of Cayce's Atlantis theory include location. He proposed that Atlantis was situated in the Atlantic Ocean, between the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico, and was part of a larger landmass that sank. Technological advancements. Cayce asserted that the Atlanteans had access to advanced technologies, including free energy systems. Cultural and spiritual insights. He believed that the Atlanteans possessed profound spiritual knowledge which they misused, leading to their downfall. Fall of Atlantis. Cayce suggested that internal conflicts between spiritual and materialistic factions contributed to Atlantis's destruction. Survivors and migrations. He claimed that survivors migrated to various regions including Egypt, where they influenced ancient cultures. Reincarnation. Cayce posited that many modern individuals are reincarnated souls from Atlantis, destined to promote a new era of enlightenment. Despite Cayce's detailed accounts, the existence of Atlantis is largely regarded as a myth, lacking archaeological evidence. Most scholars view it as a fictional construct rather than a historical reality. Nevertheless, Cayce's teachings have significantly influenced modern spirituality, merging ancient wisdom with contemporary practices, and continue to inspire interest in lost civilizations and alternative history. Next, we delve into the realm of ancient alien theories. This captivating notion suggests that extraterrestrial beings visited Earth in ancient times, influencing human development. Authors like Erich von Däniken, in his book Chariots of the Gods, claim that remarkable architectural feats such as the Great Pyramid could not have been built without advanced technology possibly provided by aliens. This idea encourages us to reconsider the origins of human civilization and the potential role of extraterrestrial visitors. Conventional scholars often criticize these theories for lacking empirical evidence. They argue that the achievements of ancient Egyptians can be explained through known historical and cultural contexts, emphasizing the capabilities of human innovation without invoking extraterrestrial assistance. Archaeologists like Zecharia assert that the construction of the pyramids involved skilled labor and advanced engineering, which were well within the capabilities of the ancient Egyptians. This is manifested in scenes showing the transportation of huge blocks of stones on boats, and the simple rocking levers. Here, the stone workers can level the sides of huge blocks and make their surfaces even by using simple techniques. Mainstream scholars refute von Däniken's theories as imaginative and dramatic, appealing to mystery lovers and science fiction fans. They argue that these theories lack solid evidence and often underestimate ancient human capabilities. Under the aliens or the extraterrestrial beings theory, Zecharia Sitchin occupies a prominent place for his theory on the Anunnaki. Zecharia Sitchin is a controversial figure known for his Earth Chronicles series, which posits that ancient humans were influenced or created by extraterrestrial beings called the Anunnaki from the planet Nibiru. He argues that these beings significantly impacted early civilizations, including Mesopotamia, Egypt, and South America. Anunnaki's role in human creation. Sitchin claims that the Anunnaki genetically engineered Homo sapiens around 450,000 years ago to serve as laborers. He suggests that they spliced their DNA with that of existing hominids and imparted advanced knowledge, particularly in architecture and astronomy, to ancient Egyptians. Influence on Egyptian religion. Sitchin connects the Anunnaki to Egyptian religion, identifying gods like Ra and Osiris as representations of these extraterrestrial beings. He proposes that pharaohs acted as divine intermediaries, continuing the Anunnaki's hierarchical rule. The Great Pyramid of Giza is suggested to have been built with extraterrestrial guidance for purposes beyond mainstream historical understanding. He also suggests that the pharaohs were regarded as divine intermediaries between the gods and the people, potentially continuing the Anunnaki tradition of hierarchical control and rule over humanity. The Great Pyramid of Giza, for example, might have been a structure built with extraterrestrial guidance, designed for purposes beyond what mainstream historians understand. Mainstream scholars dismiss Sitchin's theories as fanciful and sensational, catering to enthusiasts of mystery and science fiction. They contend that these theories are not supported by substantial evidence and frequently undervalue the abilities of ancient humans. The third theory focuses on advanced ancient technology claims. Graham Hancock, in Fingerprints of the Gods, posits that the precision and scale of the pyramid suggest that such an achievement indicates advanced engineering techniques that go beyond what is typically attributed to the ancient Egyptians. He theorizes that a global cataclysm around 12,000 years ago, possibly linked to the end of the last ice age, led to the destruction of this advanced civilization. Hancock argues that the survivors, including those in ancient Egypt, retained fragments of this lost knowledge, which influenced their achievements. Eric von Daniken, in his book, Chariots of the Gods, postulates that with the help of extraterrestrial beings, advanced technologies were used that are not acknowledged by mainstream archaeology. David Hatcher Childress is a prominent figure in the realm of pseudo-archaeology and alternative history. In his book, Technology of the Gods, Childress explores the idea that ancient civilizations had access to advanced technologies, including energy sources and construction techniques that defy modern understanding. He suggests that the precision of the pyramids and other monumental structures indicates a level of engineering expertise that should not be attributed solely to the tools and methods known to have existed at the time. David Hatcher Childress's approach to ancient Egypt emphasizes the potential for advanced technology and lost knowledge. While his ideas are often met with skepticism by professionals in the field, they contribute to ongoing discussions about the capabilities of ancient civilizations. From a conventional academic perspective, many historians argue that while ancient Egyptians were skilled engineers and craftsmen, the technologies they used were consistent with the tools and methods available at the time. They emphasize that the pyramids were built using labor-intensive techniques, with evidence supporting the use of simple tools and a large workforce rather than advanced machinery. Michael Cremo is an author and researcher known for his controversial perspectives on human history, particularly in his book Forbidden Archaeology. He argues that evidence of advanced civilizations predates established archaeological timelines, suggesting a cover-up of ancient technologies. In his later work, Human Devolution, Cremo explores the idea that ancient Egyptians may have possessed knowledge and technologies that are now lost, viewing them as a symbol of a once highly advanced civilization that experienced decline. He argues that humanity may have undergone a process of devolution rather than continuous progress, challenging conventional views of human history. Cremo implies that ancient Egyptians may have reached a pinnacle of human capability that mainstream science fails to recognize, with subsequent decline leading to the loss of that knowledge. Cremo views ancient Egypt as emblematic of a once highly advanced civilization that experienced devolution rather than continuous progress. His theories challenge conventional archaeological views but are often criticized for lacking empirical support and being speculative. These authors and their works concerning the advanced ancient technology claims contribute to the ongoing debate about ancient Egyptian technology and capabilities. Their theories often challenge conventional archaeological perspectives, leading to discussions about the potential for lost knowledge and advanced technologies in ancient civilizations. However, it's essential to approach these claims with a critical mind, as they often lack empirical evidence and are not widely accepted within the academic community.
We Imhotep Nefer Kemet. Welcome in great peace to Egypt. I am General Wanjabawu Njed. You can simply call me Wanjabawu. I served as a general, high dignitary, and high priest under the rule of Pausanias I of the 21st dynasty around 1047 to 1001 BCE. Even though I wasn't a royal personage, the fact that I held such significant positions permitted me to get the high honor of being buried in the royal necropolis.
Moving on, we explore the concept of pyramid power and mystical properties. This theory posits that the pyramids were not merely tombs, but powerful energy sources. Some proponents believe that the unique shape and alignment of the pyramids create a form of energy that can enhance healing and consciousness. Authors like Patrick Flanagan, in his book Pyramid Power, discuss these ideas, suggesting that the pyramids may have served as centers of energy and enlightenment. Patrick Flanagan, in his exploration of pyramid power, theorizes that the geometric shape of pyramids inherently possesses mystical properties, enabling them to preserve food, enhance meditation, and focus energy for various applications. He suggests that the Great Pyramid of Giza acts as a natural energy amplifier, harnessing electromagnetic and cosmic energy. Flanagan believes that pyramids resonate at specific frequencies that can have beneficial effects on human health and consciousness, promoting healing and facilitating altered states of awareness. He often references ancient Egyptian beliefs, proposing that the Egyptians understood the pyramids' mystical properties and utilized them for spiritual and healing purposes, rather than merely as tombs. In his writings, Flanagan discusses experiments that purportedly demonstrate the effects of pyramid structures on organic matter, such as food preservation and plant growth, attributing these phenomena to the unique energy dynamics created by the pyramid shape. He advocates for the incorporation of pyramid structures in modern holistic health practices, asserting that individuals can benefit from spending time in pyramid-shaped environments. Flanagan's approach seeks to integrate scientific principles with spiritual insights, suggesting that ancient knowledge and modern science can converge to provide a deeper understanding of the universe and human potential. His notable work, Pyramid Power, elaborates on these theories and their potential applications in health and energy. Ultimately, Flanagan views pyramids as powerful energy centers with significant implications for health and consciousness, emphasizing the interplay between ancient wisdom and contemporary scientific exploration. However, his theories face skepticism from the mainstream scientific community due to a lack of empirical support. Conventional scholars often dismiss these claims as pseudoscientific, arguing that there is no credible scientific evidence to support the idea of pyramids possessing mystical properties or energy-generating capabilities. They maintain that the pyramid's primary function was as monumental tombs and religious sites, serving the spiritual needs of the ancient Egyptians. Next, we discuss the pyramid's alignment with stars, particularly the Orion correlation theory, proposed by Robert Bauval in his book, The Orion Mystery. Bauval suggests that the three main pyramids of Giza are aligned with the three stars of Orion's belt, reflecting the ancient Egyptians' profound understanding of astronomy and their spiritual beliefs regarding the afterlife. He argues that this alignment indicates a construction date around 10,500 BC, earlier than the widely accepted time frame of 2580 to 2510 BC. This alignment offers a fascinating glimpse into how the ancients viewed the cosmos and their place within it. From a conventional academic viewpoint, while some scholars acknowledge the astronomical alignments of the pyramids, they argue that these alignments can be explained through cultural practices and natural phenomena rather than suggesting a direct correlation with Orion. In his view, the alignment symbolizes the pharaoh's journey to the afterlife, linking the pyramids to the mythology surrounding Osiris, the god of resurrection. He emphasizes that the precise alignment demonstrates advanced astronomical knowledge, suggesting that the Egyptians mapped celestial bodies and integrated this understanding into their architectural practices. Bauval believes the pyramid alignment is part of a broader cosmological framework that influenced ancient Egyptian culture and religion. He highlights the geometric precision involved in their construction, arguing that advanced mathematical principles were employed to achieve this alignment. Furthermore, he critiques mainstream archaeological interpretations for underestimating the significance of these astronomical alignments, advocating for a recognition of the complexity of ancient Egyptian society. Bauval is critical of mainstream archaeological interpretations that downplay the significance of astronomical alignments in ancient Egyptian architecture. He argues that conventional views often fail to recognize the complexity and sophistication of ancient Egyptian society and its understanding of the cosmos. While Bauval's ideas have garnered interest and support, his theories challenge conventional views and emphasize the importance of cosmic symbolism in ancient Egyptian culture, although they face skepticism from mainstream scholars regarding their empirical support. The sixth theory, known as the energy generation or power plant theory, proposes that the Great Pyramid was designed to generate energy. Christopher Dunn, a prominent advocate, argues that the Giza Pyramid utilized advanced technologies to produce electricity, possibly through hydrogen fuel cells and acoustic resonance. This radical idea reimagines the purpose of the pyramids, transforming them from mere tombs into ancient power plants, suggesting that the Egyptians may have harnessed energy in ways we are only beginning to understand. Conventional scholars generally reject this theory, asserting that there is no archaeological evidence to support the idea of the pyramids functioning as power plants. They contend that the construction and purpose of the pyramids align more closely with burial practices and religious beliefs of the time. Archaeologists emphasize that the Egyptians had no known technology for generating electricity, and their architectural choices were deeply rooted in their cultural and religious context. As we continue, we encounter conspiracy theories about academic suppression. Some theorists believe that mainstream archaeology deliberately ignores or suppresses evidence that contradicts established narratives about ancient Egypt. This theory raises important questions about the integrity of historical scholarship and challenges us to consider what knowledge may have been lost or overlooked. The implication is that there's an institutional bias against any research that might fundamentally challenge our understanding of ancient civilizations. From a conventional academic standpoint, While there may be debates within the field, most historians and archaeologists emphasize the importance of peer review and the scientific method. They argue that claims of suppression often stem from misunderstandings of the complex nature of academic discourse rather than intentional cover-ups. Scholars advocate for transparency and open dialogue in the pursuit of historical knowledge. Some of the more fringe theories even involve secret societies like the Freemasons, claiming these organizations possess ancient knowledge about the pyramids and deliberately suppress it for their own purposes. This connects pyramid mysteries to broader conspiracy theories about powerful groups controlling historical knowledge to maintain their influence over society. But why do these alternate theories of history persist and resonate with so many people? Perhaps most importantly, there's the simple appeal of mystery itself. The ancient pyramids are genuinely mysterious and impressive structures, and humans naturally gravitate toward explanations that preserve that sense of wonder. The idea of hidden knowledge is often more tantalizing than the methodical, sometimes mundane explanations provided by conventional archaeology. What we're left with is a fascinating glimpse into how conspiracy theories develop around genuine mysteries. These theories thrive on a divide between mainstream and alternative research. While these academic suppression theories lack credible evidence, they reflect deeper human needs to find meaning in the unknown and to question authority. They also reveal our continued fascination with ancient Egypt and our desire to believe that there might be more to these incredible monuments than meets the eye.
AMENOPE Nephirim Kemet. Welcome and great peace to Egypt. I'm Resurrected, the high priest of the god Montu at Thebes, in the 30th dynasty of the late period, circa 380 to 342 BCE. I have crossed the time barrier to share in the discussion about the non-conventional theories. Next, we address the problematic racial and cultural implications of Egyptology, particularly the Afrocentric influence. The Afrocentric perspective on ancient Egypt represents one of the most controversial and debated theories in the study of ancient civilizations. At its core, this theory posits that ancient Egypt was fundamentally an African civilization, predominantly black, and an integral part of the broader African historical narrative. Afrocentric theorists argue that ancient Egyptian civilization was created and dominated by black Africans, challenging traditional narratives that either minimize Africa's contributions to world civilization or attribute Egyptian achievements to non-African influences. Some see Afrocentrism as a way to reconnect with ancient heritage and challenge what they perceive as colonial narratives, while others view it as a misinterpretation of history or a form of cultural appropriation. Egyptian academics specializing in archaeology and anthropology have rejected the ideas put forward about the origin of ancient Egypt, stressing that modern Egypt is a mixture of several nationalities and civilizations, including Arabs, Turks, Greeks, Romans, and others. Ancient Egypt developed through a gradual mixing of different populations over thousands of years. The civilization emerged from interactions between various groups across North Africa, the Mediterranean region, Eastern Africa, and the Near East. These diverse populations blended with indigenous peoples who had already settled along the Nile River. During the Holocene period, major climate changes transformed North and Central Africa. The once green Sahara gradually became desert, forcing many communities to migrate toward reliable water sources. The gods shown here have varying skin tones, including yellow, brown, blue, and black, denoting the prehistoric mingling of races through mythology. People moved from the drying highlands and settled along the fertile banks of the Nile River. This migration wasn't a single event but happened over many centuries as the climate continued to change. The Nile Valley became a refuge where different groups could survive and eventually merge into what we recognize as ancient Egyptian civilization. Modern genetic studies show that ancient Egyptians shared significant ancestry with Near Eastern populations. They also had connections to other African groups, particularly from Nubia and the northern Horn of Africa. Comparing ancient DNA with that of modern Egyptians reveals how much genetic continuity exists between the two and helps identify potential sources of genetic variation in the modern population. The color coding in this illustration show blue values. These indicate higher genetic distances, meaning that the ancient Egyptian population is significantly different from the modern populations in that area. Red values. These indicate lower genetic distances, suggesting that the ancient Egyptian population shares a closer genetic relationship with the modern populations in those regions. The ancient Egyptians could distinguish different races of the ancient world and differentiate them from their own race. Different African tribes brought tributes and booty to Egypt. The scene demonstrates the difference between Africans and Egyptians. Conventional scholars often support the idea of inclusivity in historical narratives but caution against oversimplifying or misrepresenting the complexities of ancient Egypt's cultural heritage. They argue for a nuanced approach that respects the diversity of influences while acknowledging the unique contributions of the ancient Egyptians themselves.
Finally, we return to the theme of the lost civilization and its implications. This overarching idea ties together many of the theories we've discussed, suggesting that the mysteries of ancient Egypt may point to a deeper, interconnected history of humanity. Whether through advanced technology, extraterrestrial influence, or lost knowledge, these theories invite us to explore the possibility that our understanding of the past is far from complete. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the enigmatic world of ancient Egypt and its connections to theories of aliens and advanced civilizations. We hope this exploration has sparked your curiosity and encouraged you to think critically about history. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below.
So this episode has covered the debate on the 9 non-conventional theories in Egyptology versus mainstream academia. I hope you have liked the contents of this episode. If so, kindly press the like, share, and subscribe buttons. I'm Farhad Sharabasi. Welcome to my channel, Ancient Egypt Resurrected. Thank you for watching.